Hello there from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's visit number 3 of the season and vlog number 2. I have to say, I thought the opening day vlog was a bit of a disgrace by our usual sort of standards for Pleasure Beach vlogs. We missed out some stuff like Icon seatbelts, which we will cover today. We didn't cover the Big Dipper retrack enough, I don't think. We did cover it a little bit. As I was editing that vlog, I was a little bit like, this isn't good enough, this is not what we should be doing on opening day. Even though Mike and Becca and Mark and Chris and everyone else was saying it's fine, we were busy on the rides, we were enjoying ourselves, don't worry about it. I do worry about it because I like to put out good Pleasure Beach content. I like to be informative with our vlogs, and I just like to, you know, just give a decent account of what we're doing, and I just don't think we did that on Monday. Anyway, we're back, we're ready for it all over again. And when I say we, I am joined by Mike.
Yeah!
First question, Mike, are you in screen or on shot? Because I can't see it. Yeah, so what are you looking forward to today?
Well, hopefully it's quite quiet.
Quite quiet.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, so we're going to try and cover as much of the coasters as possible, but also we're going to do something a little bit different in terms of Mike's going to give us a bit of a guide for, I don't want to say this because it sounds terrible, but I've got Mike's permission, a bit of a guide for bigger people to get on the rides and what the restraints are like and stuff. And I'm sure if I turn it to Mike now, you will not mind me saying that.
No, my guide to big boy seats and the like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to sort of go through as many of the rides as possible.
It's kind of my specialist subject, so...
Yeah, well, a couple of people have asked us to do it. I felt a little bit unsure about asking you about it.
I'm not fussed, so...
You're happy to do it, so we're going to do it as best as we can. Bit of a guide to the restraints, best places to sit, best practices with seatbelts and stuff that you've got on and haven't got on, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you're a bit concerned about Icon to start with.
Yeah.
But we're going to try it, aren't we?
This is from having been on Helix, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Not far off. Now, I recall at the time, Helix being a lot tighter to get on than Icon was at the time. Now, Helix then was fitted with the restraints that Icon is now fitted with.
Yeah.
That makes sense to people. So prior to this season, Icon had the lap bar, no seatbelt. Helix has had the seatbelt since I first visited Leesburg, which is 2 years ago. Only time I visited Leesburg, 2 years ago. Icon has now been fitted with the same restraint.
So we're going to give it a try, aren't we?
I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I am 95% certain I will not get on it, but we're going to give it a go.
Going to give it a go.
Yeah.
That'll be our first ride. We are in the park quite early because the doors have been open 15 minutes early, which is a good touch by the Pleasure Beach to get everyone in rather than keeping people waiting at the entrance. I think it's a good move. So yeah, that's where we're up to with it really. We're going to, as usual, I've not got a hat and I'm looking straight into the sun when I'm vlogging. But we're going to go to Icon once it opens and just do a bit more of a review on the seat belts, how it's riding this year and all the general stuff. And as we go from ride to ride, we will talk more about the restraints and Mike's experiences, and I'll chime in a little bit and give my experiences because I'm not exactly skinny myself, so I'm trying to get back there. It's been a long time since I was skinny, like 10 years, but I'm trying to get back there, so yeah, watch this space. So we've returned from Icon.
Yeah.
You've got some good news.
Yeah, I got on it.
Got on it?
Yeah.
So you want me to do a little profile, didn't you?
So just going to explain a little bit. Obviously, people come to me quite a lot about what are the restraints like on this ride, that ride or the other. So just as a sort of a reference point, I'm just going to explain where I have trouble with restraints. It's generally here.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm carrying a bit of a bear gut. And here. Some rides can be on my thighs here.
Yeah.
So I've got tree trunk thighs.
Tree trunk thighs.
This is where I have trouble with restraints.
Yeah.
Very occasionally, like say for example, in Fusion, a little bit here.
Yeah.
Because anyone that's got bigger shoulders, been on Infusion knows, they sort of wrap around your shoulders.
Yeah.
So I do find that my shoulders tighten in a bit on it. So that's just a bit of a reference point for me getting on various rides. So Icon, pleased to report, I fit on it.
With the seatbelt.
Take the hoodie off.
You took the seat. You took your hoodie off.
Yeah.
You took everything out of your pockets.
Yeah, that is the biggie.
And
take everything out of your pockets on Icon.
Also,
otherwise, a lot of people will struggle with it.
Fully extend the seatbelt first before you sit down. Then put the restraint down, and then the seatbelt should go in a little bit easier.
Yeah. So what I tend to do is with rides that have seatbelts like that, because once the restraint's down, you're not going to be able to reach down and get the seatbelt.
Yeah.
So what I tend to do is I will just rest it on my leg. For example, pull the restraint down and hopefully put it in. Now on a full extension, pulled the restraint down and the seatbelt was just that close to going in. Once I just pushed it down a little bit, and again Icon, little tip when you get in the seat, if you push on the bars, it will just come down a little further generally, put a bit of weight on it. The staff are pretty good anyway, getting the bar down on you. But once the seatbelt's in, the restraint I'd say has to go about that much further for the sensor to be okay on it. That's on the back row. Obviously I'm not going to bother trying the front row because there's no point, because I definitely know I don't get on the front row. But Icon, if you're a bit unsure, back row.
And so, first ride of it for you on the season, happy to be back on it.
Definitely, yeah. I've always championed the ride from the first time I rode it. I'm sure regular viewers will know I really enjoy Icon.
Yes.
Still really enjoy Icon.
So some good news regarding the big one, and the shutter doors are now up, which means that it's going to be opening fairly soon by the looks of it. They are block testing it currently, which is when, if you've been to Pleasure Beach and seen it testing, you'll see it stop on the lift hill, on the brake runs, on the mid-course brake run too. Sometimes there's a few stops whilst they do the block testing, which is currently what's going on. So it will be opening fairly soon.
Moving on to my guide to the Revolution. Not actually been on it today, but did go on it a couple of days ago when I was here. Seats on this, old school over the shoulder restraint. For anyone that remembers the old corkscrew at Alton Towers, more or less the same seat. Don't have any limit on how far they have to be down, other than that there is a seat belt on the bottom that has to be closed. But most of the seats have got a very long seat belt. So again, when I sat on it the other day, restraint done up, seat belt done up, the restraint was here. Just for a reference, that's how much excess I had in it.
Yeah.
And I'd consider myself pretty big. So the majority of people will not have a problem with Revolution.
Yeah. Would you have any particular tips, like again, hold the seat belt as you come sit down, or?
I just tend to, the one thing would be to, before you pull the restraint down, just pick the buckle up. Because once the restraint's done, you will not be able to reach the buckle.
Yeah, agreed.
But again, all I do, more often than not, just hold it in my hand. And again, with the seat belt, it's attached to the bottom of the restraint. It's kind of tied round it. Make sure it's centered and pull the seat belt out fully, same as you would on a plane.
Yeah.
It's more or less a plane seat belt. So.
Excellent. Not yet been on the river caves this season. I believe there's quite a few changes in there, so I'm gonna go on it now, see what's changed. Always like a ride on the river caves, whether I'm with Mike or with Becca and Charlie. It's always nice to go on it. Proper Pleasure Beach family classic ride. So we've had our ride at the river caves. Mike, what did you think?
Yeah, lots and lots of improvements, new bits. Loads of scenery either been put in or been reworked.
Yeah, the dinosaur scene especially.
That first bit is looking really smart, I've got to say.
Yeah, there's been a lot of repainting in there, and a lot of what seems to be even new stuff, or just stuff that I don't remember seeing over the years. Any particular highlights, or just happy to be back on it?
It's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's good fun little ride.
Yeah, definitely. We've not done a POV today, but we are going to do an updated POV on it at some point. We spoke to Pleasure Beach about it earlier on today, and we're going to get a filming pass in the next couple of weeks to do an updated POV, which will show all of the new changes inside the ride. Coming over from the river caves, it's great to see that the big one is now open and as popular as ever, and it's on 2 trains as well. Me and Mike have been on it.
Yeah.
Good to get on it again. Obviously, we did a bit of a review the other day. Review. Can't get my words out today. Rusty with this vlogging at the minute. What did you think, mate?
It's running quicker than the other day.
It is.
Definitely. It's got a bit more force through the tunnel now.
Yeah.
Which is really good. But it definitely shows up the advantage of the new track.
Yeah, agreed. It's just so much smoother through there, but it's just weird how quiet it is.
It's just really weird. You can't hear it come barreling down the helix anymore.
Totally agree. So, dinner time. Where are we going? Pizza kitchen.
Yeah.
We've not been yet this season, have we? We'll go and give it a go. So yeah, just as a bit of a mention, the big one is open on 2 trains, like I say. That's probably about an hour's wait. So obviously it is a manual release ride at the minute due to COVID. Got to be socially distanced exit to the ride. Mike, going back on the subject of restraints, do you want to talk about this one at all while we remember?
Big one. So, normal ratcheted lap bar doesn't have any sensors on it, so that's okay. However, the seat belts are quite tight on it.
Yeah.
I'd say if you were, going off like Magnum XL200, I believe, has the seat belts to something like a 38-inch waist. These are a bit more.
Yeah.
A bit more forgiving, but not by much. I just get them done.
Yeah.
So they are quite tight. They can be, as the season goes on, a little hit and miss on whether they've got new belts, old belts.
Yeah.
Certain trains, certain seats will be vastly shorter than others. So sometimes you may find that you need a second attempt. Maybe swap seats with the person next to you. Sometimes works.
Yeah.
They are quite tight.
But generally speaking, you get on it fine.
I got it fine.
Yeah.
More often than not.
Yeah, exactly. I can't remember a time in all the years we've been going on the big one that you've never not got on it.
I think there was a couple last season, but I just swapped seats and it was fine.
That's fair enough. And the staff are always very helpful in that situation.
Yeah,
they will let you change
seats. Try and do it up as best they can.
Yeah.
Obviously they are slightly bound by COVID rules, which is understandable.
But generally speaking, at the minute, they'll let you swap seats.
You out, yeah.
Cool. So, time for pizza.
Time for pizza.
So, due to the COVID protocols, Pizza and Pasta, or Big Pizza Kitchen, always get confused with the names of these places, is a takeaway only place. So we'll be eating our pizza in the sunshine, but it's we're just glad that we could get pizza, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Yeah. So normally, when sitting inside is allowed, Pizza Kitchen would be very busy inside, but not much of a queue today. Just a little queue to the bar there where we can order our pizza, then go and collect it from over there, and then we'll go and sit in the sunshine, watch the big one, and eat garlic bread. So we said we were going to have pizza, and as far as mine goes, it's pretty much gone in 60 seconds. But I've got garlic bread with cheese. Mike's got margarita by the looks of it.
Really nice.
Really, really nice so far. But yeah, garlic bread with cheese at Big Pizza Kitchen. You heard it here first. That never used to be a thing. But I am very, 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 very happy.
I'm quite happy now as well. Pie, pizza, son.
Yeah, exactly. Pint of Guinness, is that?
It is.
Sorted. So after a very nice visit to the Pizza Kitchen, very, very nice, Mike, wasn't it?
It was very nice.
We're on our usual chill out ride whilst dinner settles, the Pleasure Beach Express, which of course gives some excellent views of Icon, which is just about to go over our heads. There we go. There's something I want to mention actually about Icon. It's running on a free train service today, which I believe is the first time this season that it has done that, which is, well, excellent. There's one of those trains now about to launch. I'm sure we'll be going on that at some point again later on, Mike.
I'm sure we will.
Got quite a bit to get through still, but I think what have we done so far now? Icon, steeple,
steeple chase,
ice blast.
We've done ice blast. We've done river caves. The big one. We're obviously on here.
I feel like we've done more and I can't remember what we've been on. Oh well, I'm sure we'll figure it out. So, do you want to talk about infusion and its restraints? Because I don't think we're going to get on it today.
Seats, restraints, infusion. They are pretty tight.
Yeah.
Probably, I'd say one of the tightest restraints here for a number of reasons. One of which being that they restrict in more than one place.
Yeah.
So, most restraints on most rides have a certain point that they restrict. It might be here, it might be on your legs. Infusion is, first of all, on your shoulders. If you've got anything above average shoulders, you're going to find them tight. The restraint has to be a fair way down actually to close. I don't currently fit on it. That's due to the seatbelt on it. It doesn't, to my knowledge, have sensors on the restraint whether it's got to be down a certain distance, as most of the older Vaconas don't. But, like I say, the seatbelt is quite short on it. The other thing is, you can't ride it if you are above, what's the height limit? It's about 200 centimetres.
I'm 6'1" and I'm fine on it. Yeah. If you like, you know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is 6'7", I think you might struggle.
6'3" or 6'4". You can't ride it.
Don't know, it might be higher than that.
I'm not 100%.
I will put something in the bottom of the screen to clarify on that one.
What the height limit is, but there is a height limit. The other thing is, if you are on that height limit, you may again also find problems with the closing over your shoulders.
Well, I was just going to say, as somebody that's tall, I don't particularly have a problem in the sense of it not closing, but I do find it can be quite tight on my shoulders. But there's no issues with seat belts. No. But I think generally speaking, you used to get on it, didn't you? And I think you're determined to get back on it.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm on the way back down. Like I say, I managed to get an icon today, which I am very surprised about. Even though I don't even know whether I'd have got on it without the restraints being changed, let alone that they've got new restraints on. So, and the other one that we've not covered is Ice Blast. You went on that, I didn't.
Yeah.
Again, because I don't fit on it. I haven't done. Again, that had its restraints changed drastically. 3 seasons ago,
didn't it? S&S provided new restraints, I believe.
Yeah, there was S&S basically sent out about, I think there's about 3 options of new seats on it, or new restraints. The option Pleasure Beach took, I believe, is that it's now ratchets rather than hydraulics as it was.
Wonder what that ride could be making all that noise.
I wonder. I know, like the coaster. See, that's the bit of track that's not been done yet, so it rattles.
Yeah, that's what it used to sound like going through the tunnel, and it now doesn't.
It's going to go really silent.
Yeah, it's just been like that. New track, no noise.
But Ice Blast, again, Ice Blast is sensors and seatbelts. So the seatbelt has to be closed, point 1. The sensor has to clear, point 2. And the sensors are fairly tight on them. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I would say the seats at least got to be lining up with, or the restraint, the bottom of the restraint's got to be lining up with the armrests.
Yeah.
At a guess. I'm not 100% on that one.
I'm going to stop you there because we're about to go to the tunnel and I don't think it'll readjust. No. We don't have an automatic camera light on this camera. So here we are underneath the big one's new track, which I did cover
shiny.
in the vlog the other day, but not this particular section, purely because my camera work was terrible at the time, and it might not be much better now, but there we go. There's Mike on the Grand Prix. Bit of a rarity that we go on this one. Just want to give a shout out to all of the Grand Prix crew working on the ride today. Well, we've come to the end of a very enjoyable Friday afternoon and morning here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and Mike wants to start the wrap up, so on you go.
So just going to talk about some merch.
Yep.
I've bought a fair bit over the last couple of days. As you can see, one Revolution hat I've been intending to buy for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And not go around to it, but it's a very, very bright day and I left my cap in the car, so why not?
Yeah, why not indeed, they're nice.
Also I bought, as you can see, the 125 hoodie.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very, very, very nice hoodie.
Season pass discount.
So there's a couple of deals on it. Obviously if you're a pass holder you get 10%. And if you're, or they're also on, hoodies are on 2 for £60.
Yeah.
So you may have seen there's the sort of the paint smudge skyline one as well.
Yeah.
Which you might like, or there's a nice sort of baseball style zip up.
I like that
with
one actually.
The old BPB intertwined letters, the really old school BPB logo. There's obviously icon hoodies, there's big one hoodies. The big one hoodies are on sale at £20 a go.
They're not going to last much longer.
They're not going to hang about, so if you want one of them, I would suggest getting them ASAP. That's the one with the stripe across and the train sat on it.
Yeah.
They ain't going to be around for a while, for too much longer. Other things I bought this week, I bought the 125th anniversary watercolour print of the casino building at the front with the big one turning it and the Grand National.
Yeah.
And the Woody pin badges.
Yeah.
So it's a little wooden box, and in it there's a little, sort of a sponge, a piece of foam with 4 pin badges for the 4 wooden coasters made out of wood.
Yeah.
£10 for that, really nice. And
Very
of course, season pass discount on the lot.
Very nice. I've
Yeah.
got to say I'm out of practice with this holding the camera while someone talks. Where's my gimbal?
Yeah, it's been a really, really nice day. Weather's been stunning.
Yes.
I'd say that's why I bought a hat, because it's sunny, really sunny. We've got on plenty. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed my sort of discussions on seats. There is more to come on that, because there's a few rides we've not covered. We will do them in the future.
Yeah.
So there is more to come on that. If you've got any questions in particular, fire away. As ever, I do check the comments, so
I always check them as well.
Yeah.
Always keep an eye on the comments.
Yeah.
We will always reply to comments.
Oh yeah.
It's always nice to read the feedback.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, it's nice to read it. It helps encourage us. Especially, like, whether it's good or bad, like I say, the bad stuff gives us a chance to improve. The positive stuff gives us a chance to know we're doing the right things. Here comes the Grand National. Not been on that today. Probably go on it again soon at some point.
Well do, yeah.
Yeah, might be a new POV of that coming soon on the channel.
Possibly.
Watch
Maybe.
this space on that one.
Yeah.
It can only be better than my last attempt.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It wasn't very good, that one.
Yeah.
But I did my best in the circumstances at the time. So we've been on the big ones. What was it, about 5 times in all?
3 or 4 times at least, yeah.
Yeah, and what did you make of the new track at the front row?
Yeah, definitely an improvement.
Yeah, it is.
It's still weird going through the tunnel.
It is.
Because it's like you're expecting this rattle and judder and all sorts. None of it.
None of it.
Absolutely none. Which is great, but strange at the same time.
I think give it 6 months and we'll totally forget that it used to rattle and be a bit jolty. But
it's a novelty.
It's a novelty and it's a nice one, because it's like you come up to that bit of track and it's like, oh, new track.
New track.
Get all excited and yeah, I think we've
It'd be awesome to see more of it.
Yes, I was just going to say,
in the future.
I think we said that before, but 100% I'd be well happy to see more done, and I get the feeling that's going to happen as well, to be honest. Any last thoughts on catering or retail
Pizzas
or
were
anything?
very nice today.
Yeah.
Pizzas were ace, actually.
Yeah.
Say.
So yeah, just to pick up from Mike, really, we've had a really good day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's day number 3 for me this season already. Day number 4 coming soon. Not going to be vlogging that one, because that one's my little boy's birthday, Charlie. So me, Becca and Charlie are coming for that one. That's going to be a really good day. He absolutely loves this place. Can't think where he gets it from. Might be from me, might be from Becca. Probably from us both, to be honest. But I got the enjoyment of my parents coming here. He's got it off us. I just love spending the time here, whether it's with Charlie, with Becca, with Mike. I think one thing I learned last year through the first lockdown and then the one over Christmas and into this year is I am never ever taking this place for granted again. Just absolutely love coming to this place, and I think the lockdowns gave a little bit of perspective of don't take it for granted because you never know when it might be gone. That's not to suggest that it might close, it's just that you never know when the next lockdown's coming or you never know when the next pandemic's coming. I've been on lots more rides that always go on: Derby Racing, Wallace and Gromit, River Caves, Grand Prix, Skyforce. We've done all different sort of rides. I know we've not covered them all on video, but it's just nice to come here, chill out. The park's been fairly busy, but not too busy that we couldn't get on everything. Big shout out to all the ride staff who've done a great job as always. Big shout out to the engineers, retail, catering, cleaners, gardeners, everybody that ticks Pleasure Beach over. If I didn't mention you, apologies. All of your hard work, wherever you work at Pleasure Beach, is most appreciated.
I think you've covered just about every. If you've managed to not get a department in there somewhere, I'd be amazed.
Yeah, upholstery or something like that. Yeah. But even
they
so,
could go under engineering.
Yeah, big up to everyone that keeps this place ticking over. Your hard work does not go unnoticed by Pleasure Beach Experience. Many thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon in the next Pleasure Beach Experience video.